Hey, what's going on guys? Andy here, back with another retro refurb video. So this one is just going to be a little bit chill, just kind of like the last one that I did. It's just going to be chill, talking, stuff like that. I'm not going to go into a lot of like detail or do any crazy editing. That's what I used to kind of do with these, but I've changed it. And I just kind of like this more. This way we can talk, we can do all that stuff. But we are going to be working on this N64, which if you saw in my pickup video, I got it from a Salvation Army eBay store. It was 25 bucks, came with the power supply. They said it powers on, nothing else was tested. As soon as I got it, I tested it. You know, you kind of have to make a game plan when you plan on doing these type of videos. At least that's what I like doing. So it does work. It's just dirty, missing the expansion pack cover, and we're gonna do a small little mod to it. But this is what it looks like. You know, it's just, like I said, it's a little dirty. I have no idea what it looks like on the inside, but nothing is broke, nothing is messed up, which is nice. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. So let me just kind of go over some stuff that you might need. It's possible you might need one of these. So this is just the cover that goes right there. So this one, color doesn't match 100%, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. It does come in and out easily. I have seen some where I don't know if it's this little plastic like hinge right here. Don't know how well that's gonna focus. I will do this, so I can switch it to manual focus. So I don't know if it's this little plastic hinge right here that kind of messes up, but sometimes what will happen is it'll actually just not go in correctly. Like you'll put it in, maybe help if I did it right. You'll put it in and it just doesn't like snap down. This one got off of eBay. Like I said, color doesn't match 100%, but that's totally fine with me. Then, like I said, the small little mod I'm gonna do is this little cartridge port right here. Oops. There we go. So this makes it region free. By that, I mean you can play Japanese games. So you're not gonna be able to play actual PAL games on this system, but this will allow you to actually put Japanese carts in here, because the N64 is just like the Super Nintendo, where the lockout, this is an original one, you'll see there's these tabs right here. This just eliminates it. So this is just a 3D printed one that I got from this eBay seller, which is pretty cool. And they're actually local to Winter Park, which is really awesome, which Winter Park is right down the road from me. I actually work in Winter Park, Florida, so pretty cool. Here, I'll show that again. That's a little scan thing. If you want to check them out, super nice dudes. This is just 3D printed, which is pretty cool. There are companies that do actually make this. I don't know if it's 3D printed or not, but still pretty cool. And then you might just need like old toothbrush. This is just a cheap one. And then these I'll show. This is the main thing that you're gonna need if you want to open up your N64. It's a 4.5 millimeter. There we go. Game bit, security bit. You can usually buy these in 2 packs. This is the much smaller one. So this is the 3.8, if I'm not mistaken. You can get them in, like I said, 2 different styles. So there's like the screwdriver ones, and then there's these ones. I have both of these. I just can't find my 4.5 in this, so I'm just using a little screwdriver. But that is quite alright. So, and then just some compressed air. So, nothing too crazy. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna move this off to this side. And we're just gonna crack into it. So, like I said, you won't need this. If you do want to like do the mod, you will need like an actual screwdriver. So let's go ahead, let's take it apart. There's I believe 6 screws. Yeah, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not too bad. I'm just gonna put this in and just go ahead, start taking it apart. So it doesn't look too bad on the bottom. And like I said, it might just be this that's dirty. Like I said, I haven't taken it apart, so I'm not 100% sure. Oops. Just go ahead, just unscrew these. These are little plastic feet as well. There are companies that do make replacement shells for the N64, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so let's take that apart. Yeah, see, that's not too bad. It's a little dirty so far, nothing super crazy. I know Hyperkin was working on like an HD N64, but I'm assuming that project went nowhere. I believe they're gonna call it the Ultra 64, which would have been pretty cool. It would have been emulation based, but I'm assuming the emulation for it just wasn't working correctly. Oops. Which I know is pretty hard to do for N64 stuff. Like, I have an emulator for N64 on my MacBook, and it works okay. I can play like Ocarina of Time on it, no problem, which is fine. It's gonna be kind of hard to keep this in center of the frame. You will need to also take out the jumper pack. There are certain tools that you can use. Me personally, I just use a flathead screwdriver. It's fine. I know there's a lot of people who are just like, no, you can't do that. Also, these little screws, for the most part, I'm pretty sure they're all the same size. So I usually keep the ones that go in the feet. I just keep them in there. And then these ones, I just kind of mix up. It doesn't really matter. Okay, we got two more. Oops. So I got asked a question on my pickup video. I forget their user, and I didn't get to reply to them. So I will reply to them. They want to know what game. It might have been an N64 game. I might have to go look. Actually, I can just look right now. Like I said, it's a chill video. We're just gonna chill, kind of do this. Let me grab my phone real quick, which is right behind me. Let's see. What did they ask? Looks like Daryl or Daru514. Austin Pickups, curious question. Which games of your childhood would you like to get a re-release on modern consoles, like the Switch on physical cartridge? Mine would be Batman and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, both the NES versions. The NES version of Batman is absolutely fantastic. I don't think I played Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If I had to, I did kind of make a video a while ago on N64 games that I would love to come on the Switch. Chameleon Twist, absolutely. I think it's a hidden gem on the system. I think other people might too, because I've noticed those games have gotten a wee bit expensive, which is fine. But that, if we had to go older, I don't. That's a tough one. I don't know. I do kind of like. This might be. Oh, there we go. So real quick before I answer that, to do this, usually you might want to use a little bit longer. This one's a little bit short, but I was able to get it. Basically, you just pry in, pry up. There's this little right here. You just want it in there, and it'll pull up. So, but older games. I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, they already did DuckTales, which would have been my choice, but I don't know. I mean, one of my favorite games on NES is DuckTales, or not. Well, not. Didn't mean to say DuckTales. It is DuckTales, but Double Dare. I love that one. I think that's really good, but I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to answer or think of that. Okay, so that's actually not too bad. A little dusty. You guys probably can't even see it. Definitely not that bad. So I'm just gonna spray this out a little. Oh, A little dusty. All right, so all the dust is pretty much off. So basically, what you want to do, all these screws, you just pop them out. And then these two, you take out as well. So I'm going to be cleaning this back one, which is dirty. This really isn't too bad. Like, up here, it's really not that bad. So, pretty nice. Like, I don't even have to spray that out. Like, it's really not dirty. Then, to replace the cartridge, which I'm actually going to do now, is you just unscrew these two, and then just replace it. You'll see if there's a little notch, and it just goes in. So, pretty useful. Like I said, super easy mod, because N64 games, or the Japanese versions of them, are obviously going to be cheaper. So, yeah, can't really beat that. So, let me do that. Oh, man. What? I'm trying to think of a different NES game, or maybe Super Nintendo. I gotta think. That's actually a good one. I didn't really think about what that might be. I don't know. I really like Yo Noid. I think that's a good game. Same with Birthday Blowout. Like, if I had to pick an NES game, probably those. Oh man, I don't know. Gargoyles Quest 2. That's also a pretty solid one. I know it's not as good as like Demon's Crest. I think it's still pretty good. It might kind of be a cop-out answer. I would like to see the two Final Fantasy games that we got on Super Nintendo. So Final Fantasy 2 and 3, which is 5 and 6, if I'm not mistaken. I would like to see those get like the 2D HD remakes. I think that'd be cool. So yeah, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm actually not gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna hold on to it just so I have it. And then yeah, this just plops on right there, and you just screw it in. So like I said, this is 3D printed, so you don't have to go crazy tight with it. It is built super solid though, which is nice. So I'm just gonna, like I said, screw it in just so it's snug, and that's it. I mean, like I said, it's such an easy modification. Like every N64 that I have, I do it too, because it just makes it easy, you know. Because I love import games. There's just something about them. Like I only have 2 right now, but there was a point in my life where I have more. Right now I have Rockman X2 and Link to the Past, but like I said, I used to have more. There's just something about them that I just really like. Also, I'm gonna ask you guys the same question. What games would you want from your childhood to be remastered? I lied. It's not really from like my teenage years, but Siphon Filter, The Dark Mirror, or just all the Siphon Filter games. If they could remake those, that'd be fantastic. So I'm just gonna, like I said, snug these up. I think that should be okay. As long as there's no play, should be fine. And that's it. So that's all you have to do. And like I said, you can't really tell a difference. It just gets rid of those, which you can cut, which I tried doing with this. It's gonna be a little hard to see. It probably won't focus, but I went to use a Dremel to cut it, and I was like, you know what? Nah, it's fine. So okay, cool. So this is done. I'm gonna pop out the power and reset buttons, which there's just 2 little tabs. You just push in, and you just pop out. Super easy. Well, it's supposed to be. Oh, this one's a little stuck. There. So a lot of times, a lot of issues with the N64s is you'll see reset button stuck or power button stuck. Mainly the reset, because it just gets dirty. It gets gummed up, and it's just plastic. So sometimes if there's just too much dirt or grime, it'll actually stick. well, I said super easy to fix. So you just take it out. If you notice right here, see how dirty that is? It's kind of gross, but yeah, you just pop these out. You might need a little screwdriver. I'm just gonna use this, maybe. Nope, I lied. I'm gonna switch back over to a flathead, and then just kind of push. Or I would love to see a Diddy Kong Racing remake. That'd be dope. Just like an HD version. Oh, what is this? Uh oh, something broke. What is that from? Something round. I just saw it. I don't think that's from this. Where did that come from? Oh, okay. So, did not realize that. So this little small piece of plastic broke off right here off of the controller port, which you might not be able to see. I'm gonna do a little test just to see. Yeah, so you can't really notice it. It's on the inside, so that I might have to super glue that. I'm probably not gonna do that in this video. I am gonna hold on to that though. But yeah, so we got those out, and then I'm just gonna unscrew these. Alright, and there we go. So this is out. This is just the board with the heat sinks. I'm not going to take all this off. I am just trying to get this one last little screw out. There we go. And yeah, so everything is good to go. I'm just going to dust this off. Yeah, even like the cartridge, or not cartridge, the control ports aren't even dirty. I'll just wipe those off. No, underneath is a little dirty, but not too bad. So if you wanted to get to the actual board, you would have to take all these screws out. So there's really 1, 2, 3, hold on, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 11 screws if I'm not mistaken. So not too bad. Yeah, so I'm gonna go wash this. I'm not gonna make you guys watch that, but I will be back when it's all clean and all dry. Alright, so it is all done. It's nice and dry and clean. As you can see, there's no like grossness up there. Like I said, it's just nice and clean, dry. Same with down here. This is all dusty, now it's all nice and clean. There's a couple little water droplets, but that's fine. So what I'm basically gonna do is just throw it back together, and then there's one more optional step that you can do just to really make this look even better. Alright, so the last and final optional step is putting some type of polish onto this. So it kind of looks a little dull. It doesn't look too bad on camera, but you definitely tell in person it's a little dull. And that's what I'm going to use this for. So this is Armor All, just extreme shield protectant. It's basically a car interior cleaner or protectant. It's good for plastic. I've used it on N64s, I've used it on other consoles and other equipment, and it's fine. But the reason why I like using something like this, you can also use Pledge. I've used Pledge before, some type of like spray duster. That's fine too. But this also has UV protectant in it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna spray it directly onto the console. Just have a little microfiber towel. Just gonna fold this up and then spray it. And then just kind of wipe it. And you'll see it'll kind of get the color back. It just kind of gets that nice little shine. Like I said, it just makes it look that much better. It does kind of evaporate, which is fine. Like I said, just kind of gotta wipe it down, then just kind of buff it off. You can already see it does look in some spots a little bit better. So I'm just gonna kind of do that around the whole console. And yeah, that'll really be it. Alright, and that's gonna do it. It's still drying just a little bit, but you can tell it has a nice little shine to it now. In person, it looks better. It doesn't look as dulled out. So I'll probably clean it a couple more times or wipe it down a couple more times with that, but that's gonna do it. So you do have to be careful. Some of these do or can make it feel a little greasy. This one's not bad. There's one, I think it's 313, I might be wrong, 303. That one's also really good. Basically any good name brand like car interior cleaner will be fine. Or like I said, just use Pledge. That'll make it feel a little greasy, but that's totally fine. And like I said, it looks great. You can tell, I might not be able to tell, everything looks great. It's not 100% perfect, but it looks way better than it did before. Alright, well, that's going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed this one, definitely subscribe. Stay rad. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, I totally missed. Whoa. I'll just fade it.